Good morning. Our next experiment is that active filters LPF and HPF first order. So, the basic difference between active filters and passive filters is that in case of an passive filters, the passive filter network can be consisting of all passive components. So, the passive components is that resistors and capacitors. So the network actually am going to draw the passive filter network. This is one resistor and one more capacitor. We call this one as a passive low pass filter. In this passive low pass filter, it allows all low frequency signals and blocks the high frequency signals. Okay, in case of an active filter, the active component is included in the circuit. So here the active component is an op amp. Okay, in this op amp network, the active component this one, and it consisting of RF and RI. RF is a feedback resistance, RI is our input resistance. Okay, this RC combination will decide the gain of this circuit, and this RC combination will act as a low pass filter. Okay, the major advantage in this active filters is that in case of an active filters, the gain of the circuit is increases, and also if you connect the load, then it may not be affect the total output voltage gain. Suppose if you connect the load to this passive component, passive network, so that this load may affect the output voltage, then the gain of the system, the gain of this network going to be reduced. So okay, as we are saying that it is a first order filter, then how can we decide the order of the circuit? So the order of the circuit can be decided by the a pair of RC combinations. Here we have an RC pair. If you increase one more RC pair, then it will become the second order. For increasing of an order, for each increasing in RC pair will increase the 20 dB decade. For increasing, suppose it is the first order filter, the gain decade should be 20 dB. So if we increase one more RC pair, then the gain decade should be 40 dB. Like that, each RC pair will increase the 20 dB decade. Next one is that okay, the aim of this experiment is that you need to calculate the gain of the maximum gain of the circuit, and also we need to calculate the frequency response, cutoff frequency, and 3 dB gain. Okay, this is our circuit. As I said that it allows all low frequency signals and blocks the high frequency signals. So the cutoff frequency can be decided by the RC combinations in this circuit. These two RC combinations will decide the cutoff frequency. So cutoff frequency equation FC is equals to 1 by 2 pi RC. Here R and C values are high, then cutoff frequency value is low. If R and C values is low, then cutoff frequency is high. Okay. If we increase the values of R and C, then cutoff frequency is high, so that it will allow the all up to some cutoff frequency range of frequencies. After that, it will blocks the frequency ranges of beyond that cutoff frequency. Suppose I will explain with the graph, then we will clearly understand. Okay, this is my x-axis. I am going to take the frequency, and this is my y-axis. I am going to take the gain in dB. So this, let us assume this is a maximum gain, AV, maximum gain. Okay, this is a 3 dB gain. 3 dB gain is nothing but 0.707 into A maximum. A maximum value is AV. Okay, so up to this frequency, it will allow the signal. After this frequency, it will block the signals. These range of frequency signals are blocked. Okay, this is called as a pass band, and this one is called as a stop band. Okay, this is called as a pass band, and this is a stop band. Okay, here this is a cutoff frequency. This cutoff frequency will decided by this RC combinations. Okay, this is a first order filter. So let me execute this one with our NI multisim software. You may clearly understand how this circuit will allows the low frequency signals and how it will blocks the high frequency signals and how to calculate the gain of this circuit. After calculating the gain of the circuit, you need to draw the output graph using the frequency response versus gain in dB. Okay, let me show it with our multisim software. As we all know that how to connect the circuit with multisim software. Okay, if you don't know, please refer the first video, that is multisim introduction to multisim software. Then I explained everything how to connect the circuit using the multisim software. So here I has connected this low pass active low pass filter using op amp. Okay, this is the first order low pass filter because it consisting of only one RC pair and also one active component, that is op amp. That's why we call it as an active filter, LPF, using op amp. Okay, low pass filter. Okay, now I'm going to simulate this circuit. First of all, before simulation, I'm going to set the input frequency as, I'm going to set the input frequency as now I'm going to set the input frequency is very low, that is 100 Hz, so that our input voltage is 1 volt peak value and peak to peak value is 2 volts. Okay, let me check the input first, then we will check the output voltage. Okay, this is our input voltage. Has grounded the output voltage. This is our input voltage. Let me calculate our input voltage. Going to stop this one. Okay, input voltage 1 2 into 1, that is a 2 volts peak to peak, and our input frequency already we have set the frequency. From this we may get the time period of our signal. Okay, time period is 10 milliseconds. If we inverse it, we will get the frequency. Frequency is what? 100 hertz. Frequency is 100 hertz. Okay, if we inverse this one 10 milliseconds, then we may get the frequency value. So for 100 hertz frequency, 2 volts peak to peak voltage, our output voltage is that, and this I'm grounding the input, and now we are watching the output voltage. In this output voltage 1 2 3 4 into 1, that is 4 volts. Okay, our input is 2 volts, actually our output voltage is 4 volts. Okay, suppose if I change the input frequency, then what happens? I'm going to change the input frequency to that is 500k, not 50k. I'm going to change it 1 to 50k, that is medium frequency range. For 50k our input voltage, for 50k our input voltage voltage value, I'm going to calculate our input voltage value. For a clarity purpose, I'm changing the scale. So our input voltage is around 82 millivolts, but our input voltage, our output voltage is around 82 millivolts. So suppose our input voltage is that, 1 volt, 1 2 3 4, sorry, 2 volts, 4 into 500, that is 2 volts. Our output voltage is that only 83 millivolts. So gain is reduced, very much reduced. Output voltage is reducing, not nothing but gain also reducing. It is a 50k. For 50k our output voltage. So now I am going to change one more value. I'm going to check the one more frequency value. Suppose my frequency value is 1k. Okay, I'm going to run it the again. Okay, this is my output voltage. Okay, now see that. Going to stop it and measure for measuring the output voltage. Our output voltage is how much? That is 2.83 volts. Our input is 2 volts. Our output voltage is 2.8 volts. For low frequencies, the signal is output voltage is increasing. For a high frequencies, the signal output voltage is reducing. That means for low frequencies, the gain is high, and high frequencies, the gain is low. Okay, like this, we should vary the input voltage correspondingly. We should note, we should vary the input frequency correspondingly. We should note down the output voltage. So from this table, our input is 2 volts and frequency is you start from 10 Hz and end with 50 megahertz. Okay, every time we need to vary the input frequency, note down the output voltage. From that output voltage, find the gain. From that gain, you need to find the gain in dB. After calculating the gain in dB, you need to plot the graph using the semi-log graph sheet like this. Okay, x-axis is frequency and y-axis is gain in dB. Okay, after plotting the graph, you need to draw the 3 dB line. Then after, you should find the cutoff frequency of our low pass filter. Okay, like this, you need to do the experiment. Okay, this is all about the low pass filter using op amp. Okay, if you have any doubt, please respond through chat box.